There are no winners, only losers in this JJ Redick, Doc Rivers NBA analyst game of whack-a-mole. So beware all who shall enter, because you might feel like you just rewatched the NBA All-Star Game after this. Hey, before we go any further, remember to subscribe to this channel. You'll be amongst the first to know when new videos are out or when we go live. As we like to say around here, be one with the channel. All right, so let's get this out of the way. JJ Redick is annoying. He's strident and condescending and rarely seems like he's doing anything that he actually enjoys. Now, I'm sure I'm annoying to many as well, but damn, I hope I never come off as hating or miserable doing the thing that I actually love doing. Redick has that permanent look of, do I really need to power wash the deck again? JJ, stop having such a terrible time talking about the sport you presumably love, about the league you presumably know intimately, for a paycheck that most of us could only dream about with a few scratch-off tickets or hitting a 14-leg parlay. JJ seems to hate screaming on First Take, but that's what he just did. He seems to hate bombastic opinions, but just had one. So in terms of heroes in this Doc Rivers menage a blah, he's an odd fit for a cape. But here we are. JJ took to the First Take airwaves to blast the viewers, I think, for not caring enough about the educational part of analysis. What, you don't want the X's and O's behind the Pelicans offense when Zion brings the ball up? You cretin. He's scolding you for wanting more of his hot take crushing Doc, I think. So I'm not sure how he's congratulating himself on this, except to basically give us the old ESPN Tim Tebow defense. We wouldn't do it if you didn't want it. It's your fault. And when we begin here, we once again get lost in that ESPN NBA woods. So let's get back to where we started on this nature trail through the insanity, with Redick rightfully claiming that Doc never holds himself accountable. This is really not a debatable point, even though Austin Rivers and Patrick Beverly attempted to debate it without a point. But let's get back to business. Redick is right. There's a now infamous clip where Doc bellyaches about how the media ignores the context behind all of his 3-1 playoff collapses. Direct quote, "No one gives me credit for being up 3-1 with an 8 seed. Direct quote, "The Clipper team? Chris Paul didn't play in the first 2 games. We didn't have home court." Huh? And for the third 3-1 choke job, he does start by saying that one's on him, but then goes on to admit, quote, "Anything can happen in the bubble, and Game 7 would have been in LA. So if only for that pesky global pandemic, maybe you basketball bozos would understand." So in summation, not a lot of accountability. There's also Doc, after taking the Bucks job mid-season, proclaiming he wouldn't wish that fate upon his worst enemy. Wonder if those worst enemies would want the $40 million paycheck anyway. Ooh, and there he is blaming a lack of focus in the final loss before the All-Star break on his players' minds being in Cabo. Oh, and over there, he's at the break with his team 3-7 since he took over, telling my network, SiriusXM's NBA Radio, he doesn't know why Bucks ownership would make the move in the first place. Ha! So again, Redick is right. Not a lot of accountability around here. And the dirty secret that makes total sense to just about everybody with a reasonable brain is Doc's NBA championship in 08 and his congenial nature with the media has helped carve out a career that can keep blowing 3-1 leads and making excuses and keep landing really good jobs. Look, most media members really like him. He's a great quote, he's an open book, and he's one of them. And the guy enjoys microphones as much as they do, which is what he was actually doing about 15 minutes before he took the Bucks job. But uh-oh, here comes the other players, and I use player for Austin Rivers very loosely here. Patrick Beverly was first to dismiss Redick's take from the top rope by saying Doc saved his career, so he must be wrong about Doc. What? And then Austin Rivers went even further by saying Redick is wrong because his dad has taken responsibility by being fired. No, seriously, that was Austin's take. Now, we all understand sticking up for daddy. My dad can blow a 3-1 lead quicker than yours. But someone tell Austin, a very proud Dookie, by the way, with an education from that university, that getting fired is not the same as taking accountability. Someone else held you accountable. Austin Rivers also claims JJ must feel that way because he was buried on the bench in the fourth quarter of games as a defensive liability. And he just couldn't put the ball on the floor like other better guards. And he was only a shooter. Big fan though. So these negative vibes must just be sour grapes. Earth to Pat, earth to Austin. None of these address whether the take was wrong. Now, asking former NBA players to make cogent arguments and stay on task is probably asking a lot. I'm looking at you, KG and Kendrick Perkins. But man, Pat Bev and Austin Rivers really tossing up proverbial air balls here. Redick may very well be salty about some of Doc's coaching moves with him, but his statement still holds. Doc likes to make excuses. And Redick's career might have been saved by Doc, but former players shouldn't lie about their analysis just because they owe the coach a favor. And as all of this is being said, let's remember Redick himself is extremely patronizing to his own audience. So for Pat Bev and Austin Rivers to make him the beacon of truth, man, guys, you really accomplished something. You know, this might work in Milwaukee. Giannis is one of the most dominant forces in the game. Dame Lillard's one of the best closers in the world. And the two of them really seem to love one another. Aside from the Celtics, no one in the East is that good. And Doc has steered a veteran team in Boston to 2 NBA Finals before. This Bucks risky move definitely took onions, but clearly the stars weren't happy with Adrian Griffin. Doc seems to have appeased them, at least at that time of the hire, and those big onions can still make you cry. Whether this works or not, though, is not really the argument here. Whether Doc has stitched together more excuses than Jerry Jones, that's what counts. And of course, he has. If you're going to debate that point, at least, debate that point. And JJ, when you think you're telling the audience what you believe is best for them, here's some other advice. Don't do that. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, subscribe to the channel by clicking on this button right here, and also leave comments below. Would love to hear what you think about JJ, the Bucks job, Doc Rivers, the collapses, Pat Bev, Austin Rivers, and this whole sea of nonsense. Once again, appreciate you subscribing and watching this video. We'll do it more, and we'll do it more often. I'm DA, Damon Amendolara. We'll see you next time.